Professor, thank you very much indeed. It's a great pleasure to see that we are still awake. And really, I'm very proud to be today with you, especially thanks to our, I can say, interconnector, Xpre Media, who put the risk stakeholders nowadays very well connected and informed. So I'm very pleased to see us as a partner here. It's very hard to be the last speaker, I have to say, but however, what I learned today, it's very much valuable for me that we are on the journey. So I believe also the next year, we will continue with these commitments. So I will not be the last one, but as a member of your journey. So if you allow me, I will cover in the next 10 minutes, doing my best to transform the theory which we really learn today in practice from one small country by size, 20,000 square kilometers, Slovenia, what I learned in the last 27 years, being reinsurer in the heart, and now working as an insurance and reinsurance broker, which I believe nowadays we can provide the more effective risk chain value across all our actions concerning all stakeholders' interests. It's very hard to survive on the standalone basis. Sometimes I believe when I'm looking at this presentation that we already spoke to each other. So it's a very similar things. I can confirm in the practice the risks are changing. They are doing better cooperation than the risk carriers holders. They are more complex value. It's coming more concentrated, including the people. When I'm traveling in around 20 countries, let's say in 1 year, I'm coming to the hotels on the 70 floors, which is written, it's forbidden to open the window. It's not because they believe I will jump through the window, but you can see the pilot who is drinking the coffee because you are so high on the Dubai, and sometimes birds can join you during the breakfast. When we are talking about the prudent risk manager, I can confirm it's true. If you're looking the money, price, prosperity, people, in all three segments, I believe you will support me with that. People are crucial in environment, social, and government. It depends on the price and the prosperity and time, how we are ready to invest. Empowering risk awareness, for me, means that, like Professor Carter said, we have to say sometimes no. I was involved in placing one risk 22 billion euro sum insured, capacity of 600 million. We're talking the premium level of 15 million euros. 20 out of 20 reinsurers from Europe say no, because we don't understand their prospects for ESG. Communication and collaboration. Meeting about 1,000 people on the yearly basis across 50 conferences. Still room to improve, including myself. Sometimes I'm not understandable, my lack of knowledge, and I'm still searching for this collaboration. Trust, insurance, reinsurance is based on trust. They told me 27 years ago. So what we promise, we have to deliver. So I'm very pleased to see you today. Integrity and transparency, corruption index from Slovenia, 56 points. Some reinsurer meeting in Baden-Baden, they are not doing any business if the country has a transparency index, corruption index lower than 50. No need to mention the countries. But however, I still believe the people are decision makers. They can be politicians, they can be risk carriers, they can be insurer, reinsurer associations. So we have to find the common interest. Investors are very important. They are providing capital. I agree what the distinguished speakers spoke before. Profitable sustainability is necessary to have. If we have a profit, we can invest. Around about 13 trillions euros are investment from insurance sector from Europe, based on the extreme statistics. If I look sustainable development goals, taking consideration about 17 reports which I have opportunity to read in the last 4 months, maybe 4 already are taking in consideration. Still, I have a feeling that I have to go back to the kindergarten to learn the basic values, to understand who is responsible, when something will be done, who will do that, and most critical, how, what and where. So what we are seeing today, based on the feedbacks from the markets, we have to put actions in priority. We cannot be expert in all class of business, but everything starts from the difference between the paper, glass, steel, and it comes from the home before we start the travel to the office. Reporting for sure. One of the challenges based on the 17 reports globally wide from Geneva Association, the main risk become from the disinformation in comparison with information which we are reading in all the reports what is available nowadays. If somebody wants to put me in some directions, I would like to see these opportunities very well, but if I understand the values. To be very honest, sometimes it's granted, but I'm seeing when I'm traveling in some countries it's not granted, like fresh air. Without fresh air, I believe we can survive a couple of minutes. Without water, maybe a couple of days. Without biological food, maybe 1 month. But still, however, motivation with interest, having clear standards and code of conduct, developing the people from the kindergarten to see what does it mean if we are ordered the fish in the restaurant and we are not finding in the salad some plastic bags. This is start when we are approximately 5 years old. I very much appreciate technology support, distinguished Reinsurance Association supervisor. We are doing so many things with artificial intelligence, with machine learning. However, I still believe that we have to do something more about human feelings and development of the human brains to understand the different culture and different context. I still believe the rating impact is very important because this is the first question which we would like to do business with somebody. I strongly believe that today what is the message delivered, DSG, will be the second part. Engagement, alignment, prosperity, reputation. I believe this is need dialogue. If you like to establish dialogue, you have to start to listen. I have to start to understand and respond on time. I'm happy doing good on the long journey like you are here with the same aim. We heard a lot about the supply and demand chain risks. So we have to understand the planet is one. The people with different culture, different attitude, motivated by different things. But however, we are focused on risk mitigation with proper identification, connections between themselves. So nowadays, the elementary basic covers for fire, for example, they're talking so much to each other with flood, hail, earthquake. We can have everything in the next 10 years, which happens in Slovenia. In 1997, I started program with a team for NatCat earthquake. We believe it was the return period of 150 years. We had an earthquake in 1998. We put it in 350 years return period. We have in the same place in 2004. So we said, oh no, we are safe. We have a flood 2 years ago. Last year we have a flood in Slovenia in August. Economic loss was around 9.5 billion euros. Insured loss in the range of 450 million. Country with a AA rated by Standard & Poor's. And 2 very strong insurance companies are there. So 20 times higher, or the difference between the insured economic loss. I believe everything starts from the individual and his values in comparison with the collaboration. So we have to find our strengths, to find the strengths in others, also to be very fair to say the weaknesses, which I'm finding now, my knowledge is very limited. What I listen in the morning, it was very hard to follow. But however, I'm doing my best to stay on the journey, taking brainstorming, brain warming, and brain cooling at the same time. Listen to others nowadays, it's very important to bring this message home and to act. Education culture, we heard about it. I respect this modest approach. Today people likes to learn, to share. So added value innovation with the value. I believe this is the room which we can improve, not to receive 70 Excel sheets 4 times in the month, and we have to invest another 2 months just to understand what is going on with these loss records, So artificial intelligence, machinery learning, it helps a lot about it. Standards, we heard also today, different standards, but in the end of the day, fresh air is the important. Clear risk ownership, who is responsible for what? And I believe this is the 2 edition of this event which demonstrate the visible accountability. I just put these slides as a source to remind me where I was. Dubai World Insurance Congress, 7 presentation about ESG and for further on. So in each and every conference here, including the FIAR, including the ESG insurance last year, so people are talking about ESG. So I believe our time today is very well invested. Okay. Some names about the conferences. If you look at the changing risk landscape, I believe the frankness and severity is one of the points. What we are seeing, extreme events are crucial. I'm very happy to be today in Vienna because in Slovenia yesterday was 30 degrees. Nowadays we have only -2 and the snow in the village where I'm living. So I support all the events today with the very valued presentations. And I believe the adequately insured on time matters, and very good questions are leading to our right answers. So if you allow me, I will close with the remark of the panda movie. You know, yesterday was, let's say, the history. You said, future is mystery. So today is such kind of give the present. So if we act today, I believe we will see each other in the better conditions next year in Vienna. So thank you very much indeed.